When you go straight on at a roundabout, generally the lane choice that you should be picking is the left. If there's two lanes on the approach like we've got to this roundabout, unless markings tell you otherwise, both lanes can go ahead. Doesn't matter about the number of the exit, it's just the direction. So why did my instructor have such a problem at the roundabout that he did? Well, we're going to be having a look at this in a minute because he actually crashed. But let's just have a little look at this roundabout and see what should happen. So I'm in the left lane, choose a time to come on, no bothers. Should I have an issue with anyone coming across here? Not really. Might do now because that's the straight on road, because both of those lanes can go ahead. So the right lane at that point could have come into lane 2, but the junctions up to that point, so the first few on the left side at this roundabout, the right lane shouldn't head off to the left. So let's just again explain what I'm talking about. Let's see whether anyone gives way to this lady at the roundabout. They do. Well done. Okay, so again, I'm going to go on in the left hand side. We're clear to go on. Should this Mercedes to my right then head left? No. The first junction that that Mercedes can go to is the one that it took, the straight on. So why did my instructor have a crash? Let's have a look. The footage isn't VFO quality, but the main reason for that is because I've taken it off WhatsApp. You'll be able to get the idea of what's happening though. My viewer and their pupil have just been heading on Queen's Drive, but they've taken the slip road off to the left-hand side here because they're heading down to do the roundabout. This is commonly known as the Rice Lane flyover. They're going to go ahead second exit, so there's no road markings to tell anything different, so the left lane should be fine. They do the correct thing and hold back and wait for the car on the inside of the roundabout to finish before they continue on to emerge. But there's a queue. I also think the pupil went to go round the blue car there, and in hindsight, if there was no one coming, that would have been a safer option. But there were a couple of vehicles in lane 2, and that second silver one is crucial for me. Look where it's just gone. And that one. My instructor's correctly put a right signal on, but there's a real danger of cars from this right side. My instructor doesn't look well enough. The driver of the red car should not have been passing people who were already on the roundabout in front of them, and they should have taken a lot more care to exit the roundabout safely. Let's have a little look to see the view the red car was faced with. This is me approaching the roundabout from a different direction, but it may have been from where the red car came from. I'm going ahead and it's the second exit that I'm taking. And my instructor came from this first road on the left hand side where the bus is, and the bus is taking the same route as my instructor. Notice the right signal. Would you go past it at that point? That's what the red car did. If we have a look at the layout of this road, another thing that I think was potentially a cause of this situation was local familiarity. There's no real reason for people to be heading down to this roundabout from this direction and going ahead, because we've got the flyover out in front of us. This is Rice Lane flyover. However, that doesn't mean you can't go ahead from this roundabout. There are a number of properties just past at the other side, so vehicles who live in there and people who live in there may very well have to take this route, and I do also know that buses take this route as well. So there's no reason why my instructor shouldn't be doing this turn. They were doing it to practice the emerge back onto the main road across the other side. This clip also fortunately shows one of the big dangers of this exact situation. So we go on. Luckily enough there's no queue, but I'm always aware Watch this vehicle closely behind and imagine if I'd had to have stopped just like my instructor did. Of people going round, I'm also aware of this road being caught out by me going ahead. So in theory, there shouldn't be anything wrong with doing this turn. Yeah, what if you lived down this road? You'd need to do that turn at the roundabout. You couldn't continue over the flyover. So all in all, my instructor was, I think, a little bit naive. They are a trainee instructor, so I'm going to give them a little bit of a get out. They weren't to blame insurance-wise. The other driver's insurance picked up the tab for the whole lot. But could they have done better? Absolutely. I think it was pretty obvious when we saw the few vehicles come past my viewer quite early before the accident, a number of moments before the accident. You could sort of see this happening. So all in all, it's a little bit of a tricky situation. My instructor could have and should have done better. However, hopefully it's a big learning experience for everyone, and that's the big thing that I'm really grateful for. I'm grateful for my instructor to say, yeah, sound, use it, help people learn. So big thanks to my instructor. I'm not going to name anyone, but a big thanks to them, and please don't make the same mistake yourself. Keep safe, and I'll see you all soon.